Hey YouTube, trying to get back in the habit of getting some videos up. I'm Arwen, the professional joy seeker, professional tarot consultant, psychic, and editor of the Cartomancer. I am so glad you've joined me. I appreciate the time you take to watch these videos or listen to them while you're walking around the house. I am going to do some show and tell for this one, so I'll try to get that out of the way for those of you that like to just listen. I want to talk about the retreat that I went on. This was amazing. It always is. But this was truly, I believe, my favorite retreat yet. I've been going to them for a couple of years, 3 or 4, I think. I don't really remember when I went to the first one. And Joanna Powell-Colbert, who is the creator of my Gaian tarot that I love, I'm looking around, just trying to find it, and it's over there. I can see it from here. She does this wonderful thing where she invites other teachers to come and co-teach. So we get the wonderful experience of Joanna, and then we also get another teacher. Now, the teacher this time has taught before. Her name is Letitia, or Letitia. And Letitia is at theherbmother.com. She's an amazing individual. She is so in tune with the earth. And she's a mom, you know, so I'm sure she has her ups and downs, but she's really a cool, cool woman. She's working on a project with Joanna. Can't say anything about it, except, oh my God, I can't wait. But this time, we did some practices. We started with, we always do morning circle. That's the first thing we do. It starts at 9. You get up, you have your breakfast. We self-serve breakfast. And the way it's set up is there's Aldermarsh is a retreat center. And there are 2 where people stay. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that stay in the main house, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that stay in that one. Anyway, there's 18 women total, and it's changed. So this year we stayed at an Airbnb, which was an easy walk. Like I counted on the road at 600 steps. At a place called Hawk's Perch, and beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous. Okay, I'll probably use those words a lot. But Letitia taught us about. I'm rambling. Sorry. Going back to morning council, we come in and basically you share one thing that happened, and we try to keep them brief because when you've got 18 women, it gets a little full. But we share something, then we might do a morning tarot journaling practice. Really depends. And then we would go into whatever the activity was. And our activities were noticing. That was the first thing. And we just walked the land in silence. And it's a practice of not looking for omens and portents and things of that nature, but of just listening. You know, you approach the land with reverence and you say, how can I listen to you? It was a really amazing experience. I walked part of it, and then I found this like cubby hole that I just had to crawl into. And I sat there and I watched as everybody went around, you know. And it was really, really a wonderful time to listen and get messages that weren't, you know, divination. It was just communing with the land. Then we did, we always have an arts and crafts project, which I love. Sometimes I'm really intimidated by them. Lynn, if you're watching this, you know I was intimidated by your arts and crafts project, girl. And I've done a couple of hers. But this one was making rosaries. And I had just spent some time reading about rosaries. I don't think my book is right here. No, it's not. But I have the Santa Muerta book that I've been reading. I finished it on the trip out there. And so I was reading about Santa Muerta, and her sacred number is 7. So I created a rosary in her honor with 7 sets of 7 and a little bead for each space. So I did it in, she's got 7 colors or 3 colors, and I did this in the 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the spacer bead is the paternoster, or however you would want to. Then the red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the black, And then I repeated white, red, and black. And I put this hand on it because she is our bony girl, our skeleton lady. Oops, y'all aren't seeing that because I'm holding it way down there. And I thought that had a nice skeletal effect to it. And then this wonderful stone. And I kind of went awry up here, but it happens. And this is corn. And then elderberries right there, the little tiny ones. So that's my Santa Muerta. To make another one if we wanted to. And so I made another one that's a traditional one. This would be like a householder's mala size. I actually didn't do one part correctly, but so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spacer. And again, and it's got the 3 beads here, the three prayers up. This one also has 3 beads. It's the pearl there, the pearl, and then the wooden piece. So, and this one is made to be a householder's, which is the one I wear a lot. You'll see me wearing it a lot. I believe the Santa Muerta is going to be a gift. We shall see. So, and I also got to do we do a contemplative beach walk. We go, we're silent. Even if there's noise all around us, we maintain silence. And the beach was super crowded this time, which was really unusual. It's never crowded, but it was jam-packed this time. And it still worked. It was still beautiful and amazing. I washed my jewelry. I have bracelets and I don't have it on today, but my pentagram in water. Amazing. And one of the things that I do, so I am getting to a point for those of you going, Arwen, rambling again. I find that I write more when I'm at these events. I find that for whatever reason, I am, the poet in me really comes out. And I wanted to read to you 3 pieces about because of this. There's actually a 4th. But I've already recorded it for the Gaian girls, my Gaian soul sisters. So I may release it, but right now it's just for them. So here is, and when poetry comes to me, it's because I'll hear a phrase, and I'm hard of hearing. I've lost it. Finders out there, please help me find my lost hearing aid. I cannot tell you how annoying it is. But I hear phrases and they'll kind of stick with me. And I don't even know if I hear the right one, but that's what I get. And so I had this one phrase, kicking around, kicking around, kicking around. The theme of this retreat was rose and cedar. And one person brought us rose oil that she got when she went to Egypt. Karen, thank you. This is the most amazing stuff in the world. We also made herbal salve and herbal oil with Letitia. We did steams. And this is the one we all got to label our own. So, of course, I called mine Joy. And just so you know, it is being used. Which you could smell it. It's got a kind of a lemony pine scent. And it's going to make me sneeze because it always does. Sorry. So I came back with a lot of stuff, and the physical stuff does not in any way portray what came internally. It was a brilliant, beautiful retreat this time. I've put a link in the bottom. Joanna's going to do an extra retreat next year for foundational practices. Because it's been going on for several years, she has a core group that comes all the time. I mean, she announces one of these and we're like, sign me up. So I believe the March one is already done and the September one is almost completely full. So she's opening up one called Foundational Practices. And what this is it's a retreat for people who've never been to learn how we do our retreats. And I say we because we're a tribe. You know, we're a group that have come together and we have learned ways to communicate with each other that really work. So I encourage you to check it out. Now, here's the first piece. It's called When of the Rose, and it's a phrase I heard from somebody, and I don't even remember who said it. What is the when of the rose? Pristine greens wrapped tightly, pink showing like a maiden's first blush. Bud's secrets kept close to the heart. Fresh hope for love eternal. The when of the rose is yesterday's bud. What is the when of the rose? Abundant petals spread in red anticipation. Green leaves atop spiral thorned stems. Blossoms don't hide their perfumed beauty. Nature's courtesans inviting all in. The when of the rose is today's blossom. What is the when of the rose? Fat, round hips dancing on bare branches. Red, orange, black. They tell no tales. Love can be a bitter bite when forgotten. Death signals renewal for those who know. The when of the rose is in tomorrow's decay. And that was written on the 15th of September, and I got there on the 13th. And here's what I wrote on the last day. And then I'll read a third piece for you. Hope you stick it out. Aldermarsh lessons. I worry that I will never be here again, this place of alders, of marshes. I hold fear deep within that I won't return to the snakes, the coyotes, the spiders, the slugs. I shake, holding back anguished sobs, facing my own impending loss. I ask the land, how can I listen to you? Then I walk with measured steps, quiet. I ask the land, how can I return to you? That deep, sonorous voice carries the answer to me. The trees, the grass, the land itself comes to me. You can never return to this land. I stumble. I stop. I fall at the roots of the eldest fir towering over everything, over me. She lets me perch like the lost child I am. Then I hear the wind whispering in my ears. This now, this when, this moment is gone. When you return, all will be changed as you yourself will be changed. And in that moment, that when, that now, we will sing, we will cry, we will laugh. And in that moment, that when, that now, we will give thanks for this moment, this when, this now. And that was on the 17th, that Sunday. And I had threatened my Gaian soul sisters that I would gather their words and turn them into a poem. I think they thought I was joking. But on Sunday morning, I did just that. This was our last piece. And the question we were all answering was, what has heart and meaning for me in this morning? What has heart and meaning for me in this morning? And so we all wrote, and I read the rose, the one of the rose, as my gift or my meaning, because that's what had heart and meaning for me. And here is what came of the round robin. The gathering of the women, all of your hearts, circles and the people in them, all of us have the same heart. That is what I was looking for. Listening, giggle, have a tear creep out. This now, this when, this moment. I knew the stories. I knew the words. I do feel very deeply in this moment. Swim in the sea of the sacred feminine. I am being taken apart. We are made whole in ways we didn't anticipate. And then the robin sang. Its value increases as it is shared. Threads coming together in a tapestry of women's work. Even the simplest things have a system that works. The cedars know what they are good for. I've been fed on such a deep level. This does feel like a deepening. Written by the women of the Gaian Soul Retreat, September 2017, and one very lyrical Robin. We had a Robin who would serenade us each morning at a particular time, and it would sit right outside the Marsh house, and we would stop and let it sing because it was so gorgeous. But that's my Gaian experience. Sometimes I always take a journal, right? And sometimes I do a whole lot of journaling. Like here's one where I wrote about dreams. We did a Tree of Life tarot spread, and there were 3 questions. I'm going to ask if I have permission to share that. I don't know yet, but it was interesting. It was very interesting to me. The Tree of Life. I was a little bit upset by how it came out for me, but I realized I had a roommate named Lisa, and she kind of gave me some wisdom about what it might mean, and it really helped. And I also wrote, what wisdom shall I carry into the day? And this was written on, what day was this? I think it was Tuesday. Oh, nope, it was Friday. And here's what I got. I got the 6 of Fire. And I'll read just the little piece that I wrote. She happens after the fire. She's let go of the need to be acknowledged for being right. She's let go of the need to be acknowledged. She flows into the dance that calls her. She moves into the patterns that work for her. When she does, the right tribe finds her. And that was my message for that. And that was actually before we went to the beach. I hope that you've enjoyed this little breakdown of the retreat and that I have conveyed how moving it was. We also did some work with charm casting. And y'all, it was amazing. And this was a giving retreat. I've never been to one like this, but like people brought a lot of stuff and they had extras, and so they shared them. I got mermaids, I got ankh, I got turtles. It was crazy. And I felt bad because I didn't bring anything. I didn't have anything to share except me. And then I realized in that moment that was enough. That was good. And so that was a gift that the retreat gave to me, was understanding that, you know, the act of receiving is a gift. And, you know, I preach on that a lot. So receive with joy and love with gratitude. And remember, seek joy, y'all. Pass it on. We'll talk more later.